Okay, I'm Steve Cumby, NV Commercial. Wanted to take a minute just to orient you. Unlike City Line and Mace Ridge, our site is a small contained site. So this is the Metro coming through Tysons. This is Keith's and John's development here. And so as we come around, this is the third station of the four that we're talking about here. And at this station, there are two active development sites at this point. Ours is the red one, and then this is actually not quite correct because Ditmar, the West Park Hotel, and SEIC have an application that's fairly far along as well. So this is what we've been calling the Tysons Central 7 station. It's actually, I think, going to be known as Greensboro Park. So in addition to the streets you see today, there will be a center street that parallels Route 7 and Greensboro Drive, and then actually turns and eventually goes through the Wells Fargo building, which may take a while to occur. But this street will, over some of your lifetimes, not mine, will probably exist through the entire Tysons area. And then there are a number of north-south streets coming off of Route 7, probably the most significant of which is Station Place, which is, again, this street here. So this is the way you get up to Clyde's today. And instead of doing that hairpin turn, there'll be a 90-degree angle street that exists there. Now this has even changed since this slide because there will be a second street that goes right through the center of our property. And this is the Clyde's property. We don't own that or control it, but they're our partner in this development. And they have about 2 acres, and then the balance of this represents just under 4 acres, which is the part that we'll be developing. This is one of the most beautiful salons you'll see today. So this is our existing site, and sort of shows you why redevelopment might make sense. You can see the larger buildings, SEIC and Beacon and RIP behind us. And then this is essentially our site, of course, Clyde's, and the other sites that we've assembled. So a couple things to point out, and this is probably a good slide to do it. This is an earlier aerial because this is where the touchdown building exists. As you know, the metro station is in the median of Route 7, and it actually touches down on the north side right here where this old Merchants Tire used to be. And so our project will be just adjacent to that on the east with SEIC on the west. This initially will be the busiest station in Tysons. Why is that? Well, there's 5 million square feet of office space right up the hill. One of the problems that Metro didn't think about is how do you get from the station up to that 5 million square feet? And they're putting a concrete pad in at the bottom of their escalator, and then it's up to you. So I will say that SEIC and Beacon and we have gotten together to, before all of our redevelopments occur, come up with a walkway system to actually take people up to all of that office space up there. So this is what we hope that it will look like after we develop it. So that's looking across Route 7 to the north, above the station. This is the station area here. And we have a collection of what will be 6 buildings that will be integrated in at the ground level with plazas and retail. And I think that because of the small size of our site, and it's in some ways a little bit analogous to what John's doing. I mean, he's got the big mall behind him, but he's got really 3 buildings that all be developed and integrated at the same time. That's what we're trying to accomplish here. We'll have very good access here. This is the center of the Alley Central, which will actually go up from Route 7, second access to Route 7 that doesn't exist today. Believe it or not, VDOT looks like they will do this, and the reason is that it helps divert some of the traffic from the new Station Place connection, and will hopefully avoid, as a result of that, having any signals, which VDOT wants to avoid. You can see the number of signals on Route 7 today is less than it used to be, and in fact, that's helped, to some extent, traffic continue to move. So we've got a collection of 6 buildings here. This is an office building that will be directly at the station. This will probably be our first building. We're in final discussions, negotiations with a national apartment developer. Hopefully I can say more about that soon. That's a 32-story building that they've put together. be the tallest building in Tysons, and it's on the highest spot, one of the highest spots in Tysons. That's why we have the lovely, towers back over here. Is that the water tower and the communications tower were located there years ago because of the high elevation. So this is the highest point of Fairfax County. And so these buildings will have significant views. Let's see, one last slide. This is the current CDP site plan that we've got for our project, which again shows the grid. Here's the metro station out here. This is the touchdown building. We actually did a brain damage deal with MWA to buy the rest of their ground around that touchdown building. But we actually have a contract with them that was approved by the FAA, I think, or the FTA. And so we'll actually build this plaza that you see around the metro station and create a retail edge all along this area. Talking about a food store of significance at the ground level in this office building, and then retail all along this edge, several significant restaurants. And one of the things that we've actually talked to the county about and believe could help create some buzz here. This is a mixed-use hotel residential building, could be just hotel, but we're talking about putting on this face, which faces the touchdown building, a 10-story video art wall. Some of you may have seen the Comcast building in Philadelphia or some of the installations in Europe that have done this. Not be advertising, although Gannett or somebody could actually sponsor it if they wanted to. But in any event, it will be a moving, probably 60 to 90-minute loop of art that goes 24/7. So anyway, there's a advertising or a sponsorship opportunity if you're interested. You can see me afterwards. But so this is the other access to the project. Again, Valley Central, right to the center of the project. This will be an urban retail type street with towers coming above the retail. There will be a plaza in the center of it as sort of the connecting piece. You can see that this plan really orients towards residential. Well, that's a function of the current markets we have today. We only have 2 office buildings shown here, and the hotel building, and then 3 residential buildings. You know, with if things come together the way they appear, it's possible that we would start buildings A, B, and F at the same time. And so that would allow us to create a sense of place immediately where one does not exist. And even though the retail in this project is only about 80,000 feet, it will be, and in that sense is the tail on the dog, it really will be the key to creating the kind of ambiance and place that we think can help start transforming Tysons. And again, I think because of the scale of our project, it's large, but it's not nearly so large to have the multiple phases. Yes, there'll be phases, but there won't be as many phases. We're hoping to be able to have it, a lot of it occur at the same time. So I think that's pretty much my story.
We all have PowerPoint fatigue at this point. I feel like Charlie Brown's teacher up here. I'm Aaron Georgeless, and I'm with the Georges Group. I'm here to talk to you about Tysons West and the Tysons Spring Hill Station redevelopment. Give you a little orientation, similar to what Steve did. We are located at the corner of Spring Hill Road and Route 7. We are the western gateway in Tysons Corner. The next station heading west will be Wheatley Avenue, Reston Station. Today, we have the bold opportunity of redeveloping what is currently low-rise industrial buildings. There's not a lot of large developments in our way, which is somewhat of an advantage. Our goal is to transform this area into a bold and green expression. We designed this development with the idea that we wanted to celebrate the arrival of rail. This is Route 7 and this is Spring Hill Road. We worked with our friends over at NWA to create an entrance to the Metro that actually comes into the development. I want you to picture the Reston Town Center where the ice skating rink is, where Clyde's and where Williams-Sonoma is, and having Metro there. That's our goal here, to provide a situation where our tenants will have all the amenities that we've all been talking about, but also the ability to get on and off of the Metro without ever needing to have, for example, an umbrella. Our goal was to truly celebrate rail. The development itself is broken down into 3 neighborhoods. The first neighborhood is directly adjacent to the Metro, along Leesburg Pike, Spring Hill Road, Tyco Road, and what will be the new Condominium Avenue. The second neighborhood is located at the corner of Greensboro Drive and Spring Hill Road. And the third neighborhood is on Greensboro Drive between Spring Hill Road and Tyco Road. Neighborhood 1, directly adjacent to the Metro, opens its doors with a 2-acre urban park that has outdoor cafes, Williams-Sonoma type environment where the amenities during the winter may be an ice skating rink and during the summer would be open for concerts. The plan is to truly integrate, as I mentioned, with the Metro without ever having to use an umbrella. We meet the project with what is planned to be a 400-foot tall office building. This is the view looking west along Route 7 and along Spring Hill Road. At night, we expect it to be lively and entertaining as people leave Tysons Corner, being the western gateway, creating an image as you drive down Route 7 heading west was something that we found to be very important. We want people to stop as they're heading home. There's 40,000 cars that go by there every night. We want people to have a reason to come in and join us. Neighborhood 2 currently has a 500,000 square foot trophy office project on it. That is, we have tenants such as IBM and MITRE Corporation. We are adding a 400,000 square foot office building and 2 residential buildings here and here. This project is located, neighborhood 2 is on the corner of Spring Hill Road and Greensboro Drive. This is looking northeast along Spring Hill Road and a new condominium drive. You'll probably recognize these 2 buildings. They are there today. We're adding an office building as well as 2 residential buildings. Moving on to neighborhood 3, along Greensboro Drive, or what will be the extension of Greensboro Drive, we're adding a 4-building development, which is primarily residential. We'll have 1 office building. We're also creating a new home for Fire Station 429. This is a view looking along Greensboro Drive. Again, street level retail. This will have roughly 2 million square feet of new development. So, just a brief overview of what the development entails. We have roughly 7.5 million square feet of redevelopment, 2 million square feet of office, roughly 200,000 square feet of retail, 2 hotels totaling 400,000 square feet, and close to 5,000 or 5 million square feet of residential. One of the things that's exciting to mention is you'll notice there are 2 cranes up behind the container store along Route 7. We are the first new development under the new comprehensive plan in Tysons Corner and have a 400-unit hotel going up today. This building is being built by Greystar and will be completed early 2014, just over a year away. And it is apartments, yes. Thank you.